Hey y'all, it's Tiny here from Mountain Way Adventures. Should have been fishing today, but other stuff came up. Had to go to a t-ball game. Gotta do family stuff. You gotta love it, gotta love it. But today, my adventure ain't much, but I'm gonna be working on my kayak. I bought a 2013 Wilderness Ride 115. I bought it brand new in 2013, and I didn't get the rudder with it. And I wish I'd have went ahead and got the rudder kit with it, but I didn't. It is rudder ready. So what I did was I actually bought a cheap rudder from China. I think it was 17 bucks. And I got about probably $12 worth of hardware. So I'm going to try to get all that put together, and I'm going to try to put a rudder on my kayak. It's going to help tremendously, especially going down the river fishing, kind of keep my hands free a little bit. But we'll see how it goes, and I'm going to record a little bit of it here, and hopefully it might help somebody out on how to do some stuff themselves with it. Appreciate y'all watching. Have a good one. I actually bought this rudder kit back in December. Actually, I bought it in September. I arrived in December from China. It's just a real simple rudder. It's actually made for ocean kayak, is what it said, but I think I can adapt it to fit this. It's like I said, just a real simple rudder system, but I think I can get it to work for what I'm wanting. Excuse the audio, it is extremely breezy today, but I got some cable in there, some cable stops, and these, and I don't know exactly what they're called. Don't have the foggiest idea whatsoever. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's what they are. I got them from Lowe's today. I think they're going to be perfect for my bracket, because the way these are made, excuse the camera work here, you got two screws right there, and then you can mount this like this. So what I'm figuring on doing is putting this here, and I bought two of them. They're 65 cents a piece at Lowe's, and I was gonna buy a piece of aluminum, make me a bracket, but daggone if that ain't expensive. A little piece of aluminum is gonna cost me $9, and I didn't have nothing laying around the shop here. So I think I can do it just like that, drill it out, put holes in it, and then I can drill this out for my rudder. I don't see why it wouldn't work whatsoever. It seems like it would work just sexy as can be. So let's give it a shot here and see what we got. Alright, so first thing I gotta do is I gotta take these screws out. So they come right out. Don't want to drop them because they're really hard to come by. They got these little rubber washers on the back of them. I guess that's supposed to help keep water from getting in there and whatnot. There's just two of them. Now what I was remembering and figuring on these is they're not going to fit in my bracket. They're just a wee bit too wide to fit in the bracket. So what I'm going to actually have to do is just drill that out a little bit for them to fit in. It don't really matter where I put them, as long as I drill it big enough in both places. So I'm going to mark my holes. Didn't have a marker. Hold on a second. Now I've got a marker. Alright. I'm just going to mark this. Oh, I'm just going to guesstimate here. I can always go back and fix this bore. These holes out, bored out somewhere different. So I'm going to try to mark in the center of this each way. Excuse all the barking dogs in the neighborhood. They're not mine, but every dog in the neighborhood likes to bark. You can hear them. I don't even know if you can or not. So I got my holes marked there. And I'm just going to take a drill and kind of waller them out to about the size of these nuts. Alright, so now we got that drilled out. So what we gotta do next is just put this thing in here and hope it fits. Oh, too old for this stuff. Alright, so basically all we got to do, drop that down in there like that. Make sure we ain't clogged up on this end or something. So we'll push her, get started. Sometimes you gotta twist that just a little bit to help get started. See right there's where I was hung up at. I hitting something in there. sure it's just some dirt or whatnot, but that's pretty solid. So we'll try forcing it up in there a little piece. I have a feeling once I get past that, it should be pretty easy going. I'm about as hard-headed as I am. But I get it honest, I was kind of lucky enough to grow up with parents who were hard-headed. Made sure I knew what was right and what was wrong. I think we need a little bit more of that in the world today. People nowadays just seem to care about themselves and don't seem to care a whole lot about their neighbors and how they can help them. That's just not how I was brought up and not what I believe in. And I was lucky to have some parents what taught me better than that. So hats off to my dearly departed daddy and my loving mama, who's still here today, thank goodness, because she's the one who takes care of everything every day. She's the one who, when I need advice, I can call her and she'll take care of every problem I got. Seems like she's a wise woman who knows the answers. Alright, came out the back side, so let's go back here and see what. Alright, so for me, this was the hardest part that I had seen. And that's trying to judge your distance, right? But I mean, you can cheat on it, and I'll show you how to do that too. So we're going to need to get a ferrule here. And I just picked these up at the hardware store. They're a ferrule stop cable. Just made to be a ferrule and stop the cable. Pretty simple. So we're going to feed our cable through our rudder system. Now, this could be a little tricky at times. What we're going to do is try to get it on here. Unfortunately, it kind of unravels the cable a little bit when you're pushing it through there. Any little bird catches it, wants to unravel it. So we're going to try to cut that a little cleaner with my rusty pliers here that aren't really worth much. But I'm a strong man, so it works. Alright, so now we're going to try to get this ferrule stop on here again. And sometimes you got to twist a little bit to get it on. So that's just going to slide on. Let me grab you here so you can see exactly what to do. In case you don't know, it's pretty simple. But if you ain't never done it, you just don't know. So that just slid right on there. I'm going to take my pliers and put it right there. And I'm going to squeeze the tarnation out of it. So I'm going to set it up here so I can use both hands, squeeze this thing as hard as I can. And that keeps that from coming loose. That's going to hold it just fine. Now on this other end, this is where you can cheat a little bit till you get it to where you need it. I've still got a whole bunch of cable. Now I bought 20 foot of this cable because I bought it cheap. $1 something a foot, it ain't real cheap. 89 cents a foot. So I've still got a crap ton left. And I don't really need that much. So I can do this a number of ways. The best way probably is to actually run this through here, through this hole, and put a ferrule stop in it. What I don't like about that is it's going to be over here where my foot's going to be hitting it all the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, I'm going to loop it around here, loop it under there where we'll tape that thing up. And for now at least, I'll probably get me a regular ferrule, and I'll stop with a regular ferrule. I'm going to put one of these jobbers on there. I'll slide it on the other way, make it a little quicker and easier for everybody. And they just go through there, kind of like that. Back up and around. And then, if it ain't too eat up, back through it again.
I know my pedal's gonna be right in here somewhere, right about the end of the drink holder. So I'm actually gonna leave myself plenty of room here in case it changes, or I need to move my seat forward or backwards as time goes on with the rudder, or somebody else is even in here where I can move it. It's a good thing about this, it is fairly adjustable. I'm gonna tighten these down. And this is a lot bigger than what you want, because you really don't want this loop right here to be any bigger than it has to be, or not much bigger, because you don't want it slipping over the end when you're not using your rudder system. Because this right here will slip right over if you ain't careful. When you got it back like this, you got a big old loop, it'll come right off of there. So you don't want it too loose. But the fine tuning, I'm not going to show you as far as the pedal adjustments. That's something you have to kind of, it takes a little time to figure out exactly how you want it, figure out exactly what you're doing. But that's basically how it's going to sit. Then what you're going to do is, what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to replace this with a real ferrule. I just didn't have none today. But I can show you on this other side where I've already kind of cut it there. I'm going to leave that in hold till I get a chance to work on it. But where you cut this like this, and this one's a little too long, take your tape. There again. Everybody says, oh, rednecks love duct tape, but I love me some electrical tape too. And I'll just tape them together. That way I don't have to worry about that poking me. And then you can always tape this as well. Like I said, I'm going to replace it, so I'm not going to. That's where I might use some duct tape, something with a little heft and something a little bit wider. Alright, so we got her done. About a half hour or so is about all it takes. I think I got, let's see, I got about $15 in the cable, another $3 in the ferrules and the stops, and let's see, $1.50, a little bit less than that in the brackets, and then the rudder, 15 bucks or so I got there from China, pretty cheap. But as you can see, there's the way it's going to be rigged up. Like I'm going to put ferrules here instead of these things here, so they don't poke me in the foot. So I don't think that'd be too much fun. But move the pedal, rudder turns. Move the other pedal, rudder turns the other way. And that's just from me moving the pedals there. And it don't take any effort at all. I'm able to do it here on my hands. So. But that should work just fine. That was my camera stand for most of the shoot. It's just a little cheap saw I got with a nice rigid stand. Very nice stand. But anyhow, that's about all I got for today. I hope y'all might have learned something, learned what not to do as well as what to do, and a few tips and tricks if you're ever thinking about doing this. Again, this is a Ride 115 by Wilderness. It's a 2013 model. I've had it, I've beat it up, I've about flipped it a few times. I hadn't flipped it yet, but pretty near did. And I decided to put a rudder on here without spending a fortune. So, you know, I'm 30-40 bucks in. Hey, why not? Till next time, I appreciate you watching.